So I know that you do your own fashion shows, and I'd like to talk to you about that. But I'd also like to talk to you about, because you do other people's fashion shows.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favourite designers, and some of the work you've done for him is incredible. So Walter Van Beirendonck.
Yes, I love legend. You know what? It's very specific with him because he exactly knows what he wants.
Does he?
So every hairstyle on every model, I mean, obviously I give my touch a lot.
Yeah.
But on each look, each model, he has a drawing. He's the only one that does this.
Oh, really?
Of the hair. So he's like, this needs to be shaved, this needs to be a wig, this needs to be extensions.
Right.
And he knows the color and everything. So like here, for example, he will know what's where after I play around, you know, when we do the test. But he's the only one that gives me a drawing, an exact drawing for each look.
Because when I saw the show and then found out you'd done the hair, I felt it was a little different from what I would normally, if somebody asked me to
completely different, yeah.
But I guess that's Walter Van Beirendonck's intervention in what you do.
I try to interpret his direction a lot, you know. I don't know, he's so playful. Also, I'm not like a such colorful person. I'm not very colorful in general. But I don't know. It's
that's very colourful.
Yes.
But do you enjoy doing shows? Do you enjoy doing?
I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's one of my favorite things to do.
Really?
For sure. When you have like 80 models and then or like 50 models.
So do you have a team of people? Obviously.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But how many people do you have?
It depends on the complexity of what I have to do, and like if I have to do wigs, it will be one hairstylist per model. If I have to do nothing or just gel the hair, you know, I will take maybe one assistant for 3 models. It depends.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many do you think was on Walter?
Actually, Walter, I do it with 5 assistants only.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's very few.
Yeah, but it's easy. That's so easy for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not it's just patchwork, you know. It's every time I work with him, it's like usually it's like working with the model's natural hair and just adding something on top, you know. So that's an easy thing to do. Like, and also there is a lot of prep before, like doing all the accessories.
50 heads to do.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, but it's easy. You just have to go there and pin, you know, something. That's so easy. When I do Vivienne Westwood, for example, you know, like it's more, it's a bit more complicated because everything has to be done on the day, really. Also, there is research, but that can change a lot.
And did you work with Vivienne before Vivienne passed?
I did the last show before Vivienne passed, yes.
Oh, really?
I mean, Andreas was obviously the designer, And I did the campaign, the last campaign, She did,
And how did you find working with her and Andreas?
I love it.
Yeah, I would have thought it's your energy.
Jürgen was shooting. Yeah. And it was, I don't know, like, her smile, it was amazing. She's like a kid. Yeah. It was so beautiful. Yeah.
No, she's good. It was obviously one of the greatest fashion designers of all time.
I mean,
so
yes.
It's not surprising. But so you've done Walters, and of course you did Vivienne's. But you have your own fashion shows, and you have done when did you do your first fashion show?
12 seasons. So I did 5 in London, and then after I was invited in Couture in Paris.
Right.
So I did that.
So who invited you in Couture in Paris?
The Federation.
Right, okay.
And then I stopped. Because basically, I started doing a bit more performance with Fondation Cartier and Crazy Horse.
Yeah.
And where I stopped is that I love the Crazy Horse. My last show I did was during Couture at the Crazy Horse.
Right, okay.
And I was like, okay, perfect. I'm going to stop there.
But I
think I'm going to
done. You achieved the.
Achieved. Yeah. I think I'm starting again though. I want to start next year. Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you do your own show, of course, you get critical analysis. So you have fashion journalists saying what they think about it, etc., etc. Did you enjoy having that sort of interpretation by other people of your work? Yeah,
I mean, the thing is that I'm not a fashion designer. I'm here to make people dream and to sell dreams. Do you know what I mean? I'm not like, I'm not trying to sell anything because it's not really wearable what I'm doing, you know? Yeah. So I'm just trying to, I mean, of course the critics are great and I like it, but I didn't really care. It was more like toys with me, you know, like I'm just playing around and then showing like what I can do alone also.
Yeah, because there was some, I can't remember it now, but wasn't there a show that you went a bit too close to the kind of edges of what people think is okay and what people think isn't okay?
The one in London with the blood.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember there being something, and I think it's
there was my flatmate at the time, Tree. She came out with this completely naked, with blood on her, and this violence wig. And there was the soundtrack was pig squealings, and that was pretty intense. I remember some people was coming out of the show. Daphne Guinness came, she loved it, so that was fine for me. And it was like a show about violence, anti-fascism, and all this. So you just, when you have like punk symbolism and stuff like this, there will always be someone shocked,
Yeah, I mean, it is in part the idea. I just wondered whether or not the criticism that you would have received, and I guess it would have been criticism, upset you, or whether it just didn't.
No, I listened to them, and I understand them. I listen to them, but I'm not here really to please anyone, I'm just here to please myself. So.